3-0, and it never seemed to go right for you on the night.
Yeah, it's true. We come here with the backpack we had with 3 goals difference. You need a special performance, and we didn't show a special performance tonight. So it was, in moments, a good performance, but Real Madrid was for the whole game the team in control of the game. Had the better chances. Ali had to make 2 sensational saves to keep us in the game, and that's the reason. So again, if you want to get through, you need to be outstanding. If you want to win the game, you need to be really good. And again, Madrid was the better team, and that's why the right team went through to the next round.
Raise your hand.
Carlos Vicente de Radio Marca. Yo imagino que para usted hoy tiene que ser un día muy complicado, pero no sé si dentro del enfado lógico por haber quedado eliminado le ha dado tiempo a valorar el detalle que se ha tenido aquí en Madrid poniendo el You Never Walk Alone al final del partido, que es algo que nunca había pasado en el estadio Santiago Bernabéu.
If I would have heard it, but I'm too old maybe, but people told me, my staff told me after the game, so it's a really nice gesture. So we are 2 heavyweights who meet each other quite frequently in international football. I think it's clear that we respect each other a lot, and that whoever did it is doing something like that is a really nice gesture, I have to say, absolutely. I was not angry after the game. I'm disappointed, and I would be angry if we would have played better and it was close, and then they win because of a penalty, which is not a penalty or stuff like this. But in the end, that all didn't happen. Real Madrid was just a better side, and I'm long enough in the business to respect that, and that's it.
José Padilla, de Defensa Central. ¿Crees que este Real Madrid es favorito a ganar la Champions, viendo sobre todo la superioridad del partido de Anfield?
With the experience they have, with the confidence they have, of course they are one of the favorites, but I think who wants to win the competition needs to beat Madrid, or needs to beat Man City, needs to beat Napoli, who we face, and they are a really good football team. Bayern Munich, and I don't know who I forgot, to be honest. So there are now only really strong football teams involved. So, but Madrid, with their history, is for sure a team who can win it.
Dave. Jurgen, it was a difficult night, but a night in the Bernabeu, it does show you and the team how important the Champions League is and what's at stake. So presumably that's the message for the rest of the season now to get into the top 4.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's so with the history we have in this competition, I think we start usually in the competition with the idea of winning it, to be honest. So we reach a few times the final, didn't win the final, that's true, that often, but were there anyway 3 times in the last few years. And that's why I really believe in, if you want to win the competition, you have to be outstanding. And we weren't tonight. So that's why it's then fair that we go out. But of course, it's the competition, and we want to be part of it every year. And that's now a massive task for us. We all know that. When we come back from the international break, we have a proper football week ahead of us, I would say, with 3 games: City, Chelsea, Arsenal, which will then probably define where we get out of it. People might say we lost it in Bournemouth, but I think this week is a pretty decisive one. So we have to hope now that the boys come back healthy early enough, in the right shape, and then, yeah, we will try it.
Hola, mister. Buenas noches. Miguel Ángel Lara, de Marca. Le quería preguntar si cree que el Real Madrid, más allá del nivel técnico-táctico del equipo, es el que mejor maneja emocionalmente esta competición.
Probably, yes. But that's something they used to handle it the best way. And now we have to see if they can do it again this year. They have the right manager to do that, for sure. But there are other teams who didn't win it for a while, and they want to go for it 100%. So unfortunately, we have to watch these big games now from distance. But yeah, I don't know who will win it, to be honest. So, but it will be exciting to watch.
Good night, Mr. Klopp. Ancelotti said after the game that you guys talked a little bit about the potential penalty by the end of the game, and that, you know, also discussed the penalty last night between City and Leipzig, and that in his words, he said that this might not be football. Could you please elaborate a little bit on the problems that maybe the VAR system is facing in recent years?
You can imagine I'm now not in a perfect mode to discuss general football issues, but these two things now. Last night, if the whole world agrees it's not a penalty and two guys think it's a penalty, then something is wrong. Tonight, I think that the VR took the ref to the screen and asked him to watch it again. I don't know exactly what he's doing there, because it's a clear deflection. I cannot deflect it from a closer range. I don't know how it goes quicker. So it's a clear deflection, so the VR just looks at it, just deflected. Keep on going. So everybody, again, with the football brain, thought it's not a penalty. So I arrived there, and I'm talking to Carlo, and he said, that's not a penalty, it's deflected. I said, I know, but he sent him still to the green screen. So there's something not 100% right. But in the end, it was not a penalty, it was not decisive. If they give the penalty, I think last night it was a bit more decisive than this would have been now. But in the end, that is not our problem tonight. But in general, yeah, I think it would be cool if we are there to make the right decisions, not the wrong.
Jurgen, you're right. Carlo Bianchi, English for Corriere del Ticino. Which are your goals for the remaining season? To reach Tottenham, because it's very, very important on, which kind of point of view to stay in the four.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes, our job is to squeeze absolutely everything out of this season, what's possible. It's a strange one so far. Just our recent two games, obviously a sensational performance against Manchester United, which is a really good football team, and then a really bad performance against Bournemouth, which is a good football team as well, but we should not lose this kind of game. That put us again under more pressure than if we would have 3 points. I think then everybody really could felt or smell our breath, if you want. So there's again distance, because other teams won their games. But again, I said, I cannot sit here now and tell, it's clear we want to be top four. But if we can do that, we will decide on the pitch, not here in the press conference. Carlos.
Just a quick on the first two substitutions, Jogo and Darwin coming off, that was just to try and change it up. There's no injuries or anything like that with those two?
Yeah, I think for Jogo it was clear that he should now not play extremely long, because he's still coming back from a long injury. And you could see that the game got harder and harder for him. He had these little fouls there, 1, 2, 3. He's not a player who plays foul usually, how we all know, so it comes a bit late. So no risk with him, and you have options on the bench. Yes, and Darwin looked like he was not on his absolute top level as well, and then we need to defend that side as well, because conceding a goal is not helpful in that situation. And yeah, and then if we can change like this, that's why we did it. Yeah, we wanted to mix it a little bit, that's true.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, bye-bye.